Alhamdulillah minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I'm presentation aku Bing nomor 13. Perkenalkan, my name Muhammad Aditya and number 92114290051 and my prodi management and my lecture there Escudiento. In touch them I will present the topic in module 13. The following points are in topic 13. What role does Google Advertise play in a student life? Post navigation. One of the faster navigation application is Google Maps. Google Maps is an application to ask for direction to where we are going. Google Maps is very useful for students. As students, of course, we often travel, be it to campus or to other place. If we don't know the way, of course, we will ask or we can open Google Maps to see direction to where we are going. Number two, technology and game. Google Assistance for education. Furthermore, the role of Google for students is help technology and as education because there are many things that we can find out on Google. There are also many skills that can be searched on Google. There are even lessons taken from Google and Google as a technology that make it easier for students to learn and even hold meetings to study online at home because of this pandemic. We are required to study online. Number three, understanding role of Google Advertise in education. Understand the role of Google in education. As I said in the previous point on the Google, we can find out skills that we don't know yet. Education and lessons can also be found on Google. Parents must always supervise and with their children in the use of Google because the child must be guided to use Google for things that are useful for education and learning. Next, for adoption of GAF, the university's role of GAF or Google Advertise in student life. Figure education in considered very ideal for the diffusion of innovation because they have a heart that can drive innovation and there are always change at the faculty or department level. Pedagogical and technological. This study will highlight the uniqueness in which lecturers, digital immigrant, and student digital natives can collaborate in the real team by adopting Google Cloud computing technology, namely Google FPS for Education GAP. In the learning system, Roger theory of diffusion of innovation will be elaborated in depth to explain the process of adopting a new type of communication technology that is currently becoming a trendsetter. Next slide. Empowering students. Google application as a general search application can empower students for skills, student intelligence, and student education, especially in this COVID-19 condition. During the pandemic, where all students and every worker have to be active at home phase. Therefore, this Google application is very useful for students and empowering students. Next, six, inadequate selection. Some teams with what are looking for in the Google application. The results are less satisfying to us, not in accordance with what we are looking for. Therefore, don't always rely on the Google application to find out everything because you can find out other things in books that are thoroughly written by experts in skills. Sometimes there is also a lot of hoax now that is spread on Google. So don't rely too much on the information available on the Google because the search results on Google are also inadequate or satisfactory. Next seven, communication. In addition to the point above, the Google application also play a role for students to communicate. Why? Because during this pandemic and only many students and even workers use the Google application to communicate. For example, via Google Meet for the learning of office meeting for workers. Or that is true that application Google act as a means of communication for students and effort workers. Next, eight, ends productivity. Furthermore, in searching productivity, it is necessary to know that Google application also increases student productivity for learning, such as the Google Classroom application, which functions as a learning medium. This application also from student discipline is doing achievement, and there are many other Google applications that can do this. So this application Google does increase and productivity for students, especially during a pandemic where everyone has to carry out activity at home. And last, nine, conclusion. From the point above, I conclude that the Google application has a very important role or is very useful for students. But children must be guided by their parent is using the application because if they are not guided, error can occur in using the application. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone.